Groovy English Podcast.
Hey there! Welcome back to Groovy English. I'm Chloe.
And I'm Aiden. We share real stories, useful tips, and everyday English to help you grow with confidence.
Wherever you are in your English learning journey, we're glad you're here.
If you're enjoying the podcast, feel free to like, subscribe, or share it with a friend. Let's get started.
Hi everyone, my name is Eva, and today I want to talk about something we all struggle with: the fear of making mistakes in English. If you've ever felt nervous before speaking, afraid to sound silly, or embarrassed when someone didn't understand you, then this story is for you. I've been there. I know exactly what that fear feels like. When I first started learning English, I stayed silent a lot. I would sit in class, nodding, smiling, pretending to understand, even when I didn't. I was so scared that if I opened my mouth, people would laugh at me, or worse, they just wouldn't understand. I thought that making a mistake meant I was bad at English. There was one time I remember this so clearly. We had to introduce ourselves in front of the class. Just one sentence. I stood up, my hands shaking, and I said, "My name is Eva. I'm from Indonesia." As soon as I finished, I heard someone whisper, "She forgot the verb." My face turned red. I wanted to disappear. After that, I told myself, no more speaking in front of people. I would just study, take notes, and hope my writing would be enough. But here's the thing, English is not a subject. It's a language. It's not just about knowing the rules. It's about using them. Speaking. Listening. Responding. Making mistakes is part of learning any language. The change started slowly. One afternoon, I was watching a video of someone speaking English fluently, and I saw something strange. He made a mistake, but he didn't care. He just laughed, corrected himself, and kept talking. That moment stuck with me. I thought, wait, he's not perfect, but he's confident. Maybe it's not about being perfect at all. That same night, I opened my journal and wrote something important: starting tomorrow, I will speak even if I make mistakes. So, the next day, I challenged myself, say one sentence out loud, without worrying. I stood in front of the mirror and said, "Today is very sunny and I'm happy." I paused, and smiled. Yes, it wasn't perfect, but it felt good. Like I had taken my first step. Over the next few days, I kept going. I recorded short voice messages. I practiced simple phrases like, "I went to the store, I don't understand this word," and, "Can you repeat that, please?" At first, I still made mistakes. A lot of them. I said, "I am boring," instead of, "I am bored." I said, "He go to school," instead of, "He goes." But each time I noticed the mistake, I learned from it. And then I moved on. One day at work, a tourist came to the counter and asked, "Where's the nearest ATM?" I froze for just a second, then said, "ATM is near that shop, you turn left." It wasn't perfect, but he understood. And more importantly, I did it. I spoke. I helped someone. And the world didn't end. That one moment gave me so much confidence. After that, I started saying yes to small chances. When someone said, "Hi," I answered, even if my heart was racing. When I heard English songs, I sang along, even if I got the lyrics wrong. When I joined a Facebook group for English learners, I posted my first comment even if it had a few grammar issues. Each time I did something scary, it became less scary. Eventually, I learned this powerful truth: mistakes don't stop you. They teach you. Every mistake I made became a lesson. And every time I tried again, I became just a little better. I also started to notice something interesting. Native speakers, they make mistakes too. They say gonna instead of going to. They mix up words. They pause and say and like all the time. But they don't apologize for it. Why should I? A few months later, I started a mini routine. Every day, I would talk to myself in English for 5 minutes. Then I would message a friend or post something short in English online. Sometimes I would ask my friend Maria to check my message. She would say, "Eva, your English is improving." And that felt better than any grade or test score. Now I want to tell you about something that happened just recently. I was in a job interview, and it was all in English. Old me would have panicked. But instead, I smiled, took a breath, and said, "Thank you for this opportunity. I'm happy to be here." My voice shook a little. But I kept going. I even made a few small mistakes, but I didn't stop. And guess what? I got the job. That moment was proof: confidence doesn't come from perfection, it comes from progress. Looking back now, I wish someone had told me earlier, it's okay to get it wrong. If you're learning English and you're afraid of making mistakes, I want you to remember that everyone starts somewhere, and mistakes are part of learning. The only way to get better is to use your English. Don't wait until you feel ready. Don't wait until you know every rule. Just try. One word. One sentence. One small conversation. Say, "Hi, how are you?" or "Can I sit here?" or "Do you like music?" These tiny steps matter more than you think. I'm not perfect now. I still make grammar mistakes sometimes. I still forget words. But I'm not afraid anymore. English is now something I use, not something I fear. And if I can do it, you can too. So my advice? Be brave. Speak anyway. Laugh at the mistakes. Learn from them. Then keep going. Don't let fear stop you from growing. Because on the other side of fear is freedom. You've got this. Just take that first step, and don't stop. Sometimes I only had energy for simple things like naming objects around me. This is a cup. I'm drinking water. That's my phone. It didn't feel impressive, but I reminded myself, I'm building a habit, not writing a novel. 10 minutes of focus still counted, even if the sentences were small. I also used those 10 minutes to write just one short paragraph about my day. Today I was tired. I wanted to skip practice. But I did it anyway. Then I would read it out loud, listening to how my English flowed. Writing helped me slow down, and reading helped me speak with more confidence. Some days I practiced with music. I would find a song in English and try to sing along slowly at first. Then I'd search the lyrics and repeat after the singer. It was fun and didn't feel like studying, but I was learning rhythm, pronunciation, and natural expressions. One of my favorites was Count on Me by Bruno Mars. Around week 5, I noticed my thoughts began to shift into English. When I looked at the sky, I thought, "It's a beautiful day," instead of saying it in my native language first. That surprised me. It was a sign that something deeper was changing. My brain was starting to feel at home in English. Sometimes I still had doubts. I wondered, is 10 minutes enough? But then I remembered how I felt before I started, stuck, frustrated, and waiting. And now, I was speaking, listening, and thinking in English every single day. That was progress. That was real. One day, my younger cousin asked me, "Eva, how did you get so good at English?" I smiled and said, "I didn't do anything big. I just showed up for 10 minutes a day. Even when it felt boring. Even when I was tired. I just kept going." And honestly, that's what changed everything.
Your English is shining brighter by the minute. Hit that next video to keep leveling up your skills. Or dive into our other episodes for more secrets to talk like a pro. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share to join the Groovy English crew.